So the stage is yours. You may begin with the discussion.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much. Hello. Thank you so much for welcoming us, and we have a great panel, and thank you for the earlier panelists. I think most of the answers they've already given, so it's a tough job for us to maintain that decorum. So yes, but I'm excited to have this discussion and for that, I will have my format into 4 segments. One would be, of course, the executive presence, where I would request my panelists here to introduce themselves and share their thoughts in terms of, giving their name of the company, and one thought in terms of the moment you first generally felt that AI was going to change the skills you look when you actually did an interview or you hired somebody. So each one, please share your thoughts.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Guys, I think you didn't have your breakfast or what? I cannot hear you. Thank you. Good afternoon. This is Mayuri Rati. I am from GlobalLogic. We are a product-based engineering company, and we are also a part of Hitachi Group. Coming to where exactly I think the AI has started changing the perspective of a recruiter while handling campus hirings is, I think, back in 23, when ChatGPT and GitHub came in picture. And I was in a campus interviewing, actually, and one of the students came to me in the final discussion, and he was explaining his project, and he has used GitHub. At that time, GitHub was quite new in 23. And that time we realized, okay, this is a complete change of dynamic in this industry, IT specifically, that, okay, there is something new which is getting introduced, and this is something we need to upscale ourselves as well. So that was the moment when I realized it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, hi everyone. I am Dharya, working with Deccan AI right now. What we do basically, like we discussed in our last panel, will AI will eat jobs or not? But before AI eating our jobs, who will train that AI models? Humans, right? So we hire those humans to train that AI models so that they can be more stronger and more powerful, so that they can give you a better answer and responses, whatever you people want. Can I get the next question which you asked, if you don't mind?
Yeah, in terms of, what is one skill which you thought that, this is something you're finding in the candidate?
Okay, still in this modern era where AI is replacing a lot of jobs and it is difficult for us, it's a very difficult task for any particular recruiter or any particular hiring manager how to hire the best candidate. Instead of skill, still we look out for the intent, right? There can be 100 people with the same skill sets and they are at the top notch in the same, but intent plays a very important role. Even in 2026, we are receiving the profiles without subject, without having any male body, right? Even if they are applying on our website, I see a lot of lack in resumes, right? So it is more about intent by the candidates or the students which they are applying for. And still we look out for the basic things like attention to detail, critical thinking, and much more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, and thanks Galgotias team for having me here. So I'm Snehanjali and I lead the industry academia collaborations at Tata Technologies. So let me share what shifted my thinking, and it was not a report which I read, but it was the actual conversation with very senior leadership in my organization. So we were discussing and he shared one of the example how he uses the AI. So he told me he uses AI to prepare himself for the board meetings. So he just feeds the business context and asks AI what the toughest questions I will receive from the board and prepares for the each one. So that really stopped me there. It was not the tech team who was experimenting there, but it was a actual senior leadership strategic thinking sharpened by the AI. And right there, I started thinking like, how I will, what we can say, that we'll see the skills when I'm hiring. So it's not just the technical skills, but it's also the ability to use the AI as your thinking partner and not just the task tool. So that's.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gokul, and I represent this organization called ServiceNow. Pretty interesting topic, but at the same time a little misleading as well, according to me. Now, it can never be an AI versus a human competition, right? It's more about coexistence. The moment you start looking at AI as a competition, things are not going to work out. So it's more about coexisting, using AI. To use AI in itself is a human skill. So that's my thought process. And in terms of when we figure out, I think we're figuring out every day in terms of the products that Claude is shipping or that Anthropic is shipping every other week. So every continuous week, technological advancement seems to be happening at a pace like never before. Yeah, so that's it.
Sure, thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Prashant Narang from Cadence Design Systems. So how many of you are aware of the chip design and semiconductor industry? Can you raise your hands? Oh, wow, that's, I think these days that's the most popular thing, which you all are hearing about. And Cadence is into semiconductor design, and we provide EDA software to all the chip design companies. So I'm a product validation director, and I'm part of the technical R&D team, and yeah, we do hire people. And one of the most important things we look for is the person, possessing the communication and the critical thinking or not. So yes, learning is very quick. What humans used to do in months, AI can do it in hours, even minutes. So it's not anymore about cramming things. It's about application. So now AI is actually one of the most profound things which is the humanity is working on. Have you heard of this? Anyone? Okay, so this is a quote from Sundar Pichai, and I think you should not at all be scared about this. It's like we are at an AI inflection point, like in early 2000s when internet was coming. People were scared, what will happen? Now internet will, you can see how it brought the world closer, how it made us more productive, and so on. So I think that's how you should look at it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Deepak and I'm CHRO for Protiviti Global Business Consulting for India and Middle East. One good thing about AI, one that it's not taking away your job anyways, raise your intellect, right? Because any tool, any technology is based on intellect. What you study here, it is definitely going to help you out when you excel outside. Just do not learn AI. AI is just a tool to enhance your supremacy over your jobs. That's it. So just be very assured of yourself that if my intellect is high, my natural intellect is high, this library where we are sitting out here, if you read this through, everything is based here only. So when calculators came, it does not mean that mathematics is gone, right? The calculator is based on mathematics. So if you know the maths well, you don't have to, worry about calculators. So just read, just raise your intellect, whatever it's been taught here in academia, you will excel in your life. AI is just a tool. Learn that AI tool, improvise your mechanics, improvise your, intellect capacity to deliver best. End of the day, it is just a tool which will help you deliver little bit more extra value to the organization, to that work. That's it. Nobody is concerned in rural India what AI is coming or going. It is just in this 20% of our world, urban sector, where AI is making so much of a difference. So don't bother. If something is going to be changing in this whole world, the academia will first get to know that what needs to be changed for you to get studied there. Right? So nobody is going anywhere, nothing is lacking behind. Just be there, just learn it, go for it.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Deepa. And I think you have made the students' life easier. But with this note, I'm sure students, you've heard all the panel members here. So these are the tips which you are getting in terms of preparing you for yourself for an interview or facing the next challenge once you finish the curriculum from this university and college. So please hear them out, because they are the ones who are telling you the ground reality, right? So with this note, and I've heard a lot of things like intent, the human potential, the skills which are, one should be, and the intellect, what he's mentioned, Dr. Deepak. So I'll pass on the question to Dhairya. So Dhairya, you're building you're building an AI native company. What is the one human capability that no AI tool has come close to replacing in your actually hiring experience?
Okay. I'll take the first thing in this, what we are looking for the recent candidate is how he or she can be upgraded himself or herself. Taking an example, before AI coming into the picture, what was the top search engine which we were using for? Google search. Everybody was using Google search, right? Now today, you think is that, as an example, Google was in the picture from last 15, 20 years. Suddenly, an AI platform suddenly keep coming up, and people were shifted from those AI platforms, right? Nowadays, which is the most popular AI platform you all are using? ChatGPT. How many of you are using ChatGPT? How many of you are using Gemini? Okay, again I can see there is a difference, right? Nobody wants to get backed out. So as a student, you see an AI can also eat another AI platform as well if they don't upgrade themselves. So an attention to detail and your intent plays a very important role. Let's say we have recently hired from a tier 1 institute as well, and the hiring process is very, very difficult there, right? So we have to check the intent of that candidate, how he or she can be retained in our organization, how he or she can deep dive into the problem solving statement. They can definitely take the help of AI in terms of prompt engineering or anything, right? But how deep dive they can do that? They shouldn't be like this ki ye to nahi hoga. Everything is possible if we deep dive into that, and I believe only those candidates is going to be move further who are ready to upgrade themselves in terms of everything. Yeah, thank you.
Sure, thank you so much, Dhairya. And I think he said a very valid point, nahi hoga. That shows, whether you have a negative mindset or, the positivity is there or not in terms of flexibility. So, in most of the questions which student would think about it, because, as an HR, we always say, that person is not culturally fit, right? So what are the aspects which, as a student, one should look forward to, work upon so that the person is cultural? Because from outside, we can't see what's the culture of the organization. And even we have views on it. What are the ways through which I can find out what is the culture of the organization? And second question is more in terms of, how can I prepare myself for that cultural readiness, especially in this AI and, human skill aspect? So this question I'll open to Gokul, because he's from ServiceNow, and ServiceNow is doing a very great job in terms of entering in industry and taking up the challenge of जो नहीं होगा वो करके दिखाएंगे. So yes, Gokul.
Thank you, Emma. See, I think from a skill perspective, like you rightly put, right? I think the mindset plays a very crucial role. I think one thing that probably AI tools have, but you can't really see it, is probably their never say die attitude or never give up attitude, right? And I think that's where you come into the picture as humans. Now, see, in terms of skills, what do we look at? It is no more just the problem solving ability that we look at, right? It's your ability to frame a problem as well. How are you framing a particular problem is going to actually help the AI chatbot give you the correct solution. If you don't frame the question properly, if you don't give it the correct prompt, it's not going to give you the correct solution. So your ability to use the tool to increase your productivity is a game changer. Like I told at the beginning, it's not a competition. It's not a you versus AI. It is you and AI together as one thing, right? So you start looking at AI as your buddy, as your companion, and how is it you're able to increase, innovate, do things that would have probably taken 3 months or across multiple teams working together and all of it. How is it you're able to come up with a game-changing approach? These are the things that companies are looking for now. So they say out-of-box thinking and all of it. Your real-time ability to show something that you can build and that is going to create an impact is going to make a lot of difference.
Sure, thank you so much. So the next question, I'll just pass on to Mayuri. So Mayuri, when you actually, interview a fresh engineering graduate who walks in today, right? What matters more to you? The deep domain engineering knowledge or the ability to work with AI tools? And how, the shift has taken place in last 1 year, according to you?
I will say it's a mix of both, because definitely when we are targeting any fresher, we do see that the person should clear with basics, basic fundamentals. The person should know what the person is doing. The person should be in a position to do a right prompt to any of the AI. So yes, it's a mix. A person should have a very, very detailed basic knowledge of the engineering or the IT, whatever domain you're coming from. And on top of it, how exactly you use AI, how exactly you implement AI in your projects or your day-to-day life. That is also a very impactful thing which we are observing as a recruiter, because when we interview candidates, we definitely check. We know that you guys have done projects, you definitely have used AI, but how you have used the AI? How much of knowledge from AI you have got? That makes sense, right? Yes, no. So that's what we think of, that we need a midway where we are actually looking for a candidate to have a very clear understanding of their fundamentals, as well as a very clear understanding how exactly you are using AI in your projects or in your day-to-day life while working in any of the IT industry.
Sure, thank you, Mayuri. And I'll pass on the same question to Snehali for her thought. And also, Sneh, if you want, if you would like to touch upon the point, like, a lot of engineering graduates we hire, but at the same time, we see a lot of layoffs taking place by big firms, right? So, where is the balance? Why that's happening? What is something which these students should prepare themselves for?
Okay, sure. So if you asked me this question a year ago, I might have I would have leaned towards the domain knowledge. But today the answer is very clear. It's neither the only AI and nor just the domain knowledge, but you have to mix the both, and then you have to work on your task. So as you asked, I would like to say, so whenever we are working with our employees, so at Tata Technologies, we work around the automotive sector, aerospace, IHM, we do design and develop their cars, and which needs a deep technical grounding. So whenever fresh graduate walks in, these days we see how he's approaching the problem and not just what he knows. The reason is the person with the average domain knowledge, with the excellent AI fluency can outperform someone who has the deep domain knowledge but works the old way. And we have clearly seen that in our projects. So I would say whenever the fresh graduates are working in the organizations, they need to have a domain knowledge. So the student which is dangerous for the organization is not the one who doesn't know the AI, but actually is the one who knows the AI but don't know what the engineering sense he is making with the help of that AI. So I would say the graduates who needs to have a average domain knowledge but needs the AI fluency also to maximize his productivity output, to understand the solutions given by the AI and actually implementing that in his work.
Sure, I think that's a very well.
I would just like to add one point here. So when earlier we used to go for the interview, it used to be a two-way structure for us. A basic knowledge of fundamental and a great knowledge of coding for any of the students when we used to be in the campus. But now it is definitely a basic baseline knowledge of what exactly you come from, which background, plus how you leverage the AI. So now the combination has changed. From last 1 year, the combination, what we look for in a candidate has drastically changed. With basic, we don't need a coding person that, okay, I need an extraordinary coder. The AI can do the job. But yes, how you leverage that AI platform, that is something we see now. So that's definitely has changed. And more than a year, actually. It's been more than a year we have started using this aspect in our recruitment process.
Sure, thank you so much. So now let's move to the next segment, which is named as Wisdom Corner. And this is our version of human intelligence, where as a moderator will give a prompt, and I would request the panelists to answer that. So the first prompt, which I'll pass on to Mr. Prashant. So Prashant, if you have two candidates, candidate A with exceptional first principle thinking, zero AI tool experience, and candidate B is fluent in 5 AI tools, but cannot reason from scratch, what will be your preference?
Candidate 1,
And why?
absolutely.
Yeah.
See, AI can be learnt, but human wisdom, what you have learned over the 18 to 20 years of your, I think when a student is passing out is about 20, 21. You have learned through life how to really apply. That's what matters the most to us, and we can, help you learn any AI tool, any technology, but communication, critical thinking, and your ability to interact, your culture, which your personality, when you interact with us, I think those are the things which really strike a good chord with us.
Sure, thank you so much. So Dr. Deepak, your thoughts on this will be also helpful.
Exactly. I mean, intellect is supremacy. Tools will come and go, tools will improvise, get redundant, etc. will happen. But your intellect will always supreme. So how intellectually strong you are, that's my choice. Anytime, any given point in time. Any industry, intellectually strong students are most welcome. In fact, there are, if you look at Globe, I was talking to one of my colleagues in Canada. There was this walk-in happening for a lot of jobs. So the recruiter asked this guy, why should I hire you? He said, sir, you should hire me because my resume is written by me, not by AI. And it's absolute natural. And therefore that guy was so impressed, the recruiter was so impressed that yes, everybody is, getting AI, when it's like generative AI kind of a thing. But natural, because you're going to deal with humans in consulting. You don't have to deal with products and tools and etc. So therefore you need that human touch, you need that individual to be natural enough as a consultant so that you can, convince the client sitting on the other side of the table. So therefore intellect, any point in time, any given day, it will be at a supreme level. Do not get influenced by the western side of the world, which has been always teaching you the computers are the supreme commanders. No. If that was the case, their economies would have been leading somewhere way beyond us, but they are dooming now. Why our country is picking up is one of the evident factor is that we are the balanced cohort of individuals who know how to use humans versus as he said, coexistence, humans with technology, etc. That will always take a lead. So natural choice is intellect.
Sure, thank you so much, Dr. Deepak. So as a student or as a candidate, of course our personality is something which could change in a form of avatar. But do we really want our avatar to talk to the interviewer? No. So the interviewer will always look forward for that personality, that human behind. So with this note, I'll have a quick prompt for everyone. With that, though as human, we are going to represent ourselves at the time of interview. What is one skill as an interviewer you want that person to be with, despite of the AI skill, but yes, something which you want to give a thought for the student to prepare themselves for? Each one of you.
Okay. So for my organization, considering its background, it's engineering judgment and accountability.
Okay, great.
I'll say problem-solving skills. Because definitely AI is there, students are there are going to be problems. How exactly you approach the problem, how together with a team you work to solve that problem, that matters a lot. And also it actually inclusive of how a person behaves in a cultural organization sector. So I think it is problem-solving approach.
Sure, thank you.
The number one skill is still on the top is communication still, right? If a candidate is able to express himself or herself, that is going to be the perfect candidate. Everything comes later on, because if he or she is, let's say, topper or has a good intent, has good knowledge of everything, but still he is not able to express, he may get hired, but he may get demotivated because if he is not able to express himself or herself. So communication is still a number one for me.
Very true.
I think curiosity is a skill that I would love to see in the candidates, right? Because in a world where you have all the answers and then it's just easy to accept and nod with everything the interviewer is asking. To be curious, to showcase that ability to want to learn more is something that also stands out.
Sure.
Yeah, I think a lot has been covered, but maybe what you can key takeaway would be 5 C's. Critical thinking, communication, collaboration, curiosity, and creative thinking, like my fellow person said, and that culture and compassion. When we work on products, when we work on delivering, our products to our customers, what matters is that will to deliver things. Like, I'm just giving you an example. We have a shutdown break, from Christmas to New Year. There were some, one of our top tier customers, I can't name it, but, the chips of that customer you are all using, in your mobile phones, had some serious, enhancements and bug fixing requests from us. So half of the team, part of my team only, had to work through that break, which was the shutdown break. The entire company was off. So that intent to be there to deliver and meet the commitment. I think one of that C, which I didn't spell out clearly, was that commitment to deliver. That's, I think, the most important thing. You will have all the tools to help you, but that commitment, that dedication belongs to you. I think that's something you should all, build in your character.
Sure, thank you.
See, I would say verification is important, right? End of the day, organizations are hiring you to be successful. Any product, any consulting, etc., etc. So if you are able to verify, right, whether this AI or not AI, my suggestion, my solution is verified enough for successful deployment or get that revenue out of that thing, is very important. For me, you may be the master of AI, you may be the master of anything, right? But if it is not adding value to my outcome, it's no use for me. So therefore, that verification of your solution has to be very, very important, pertinent. Everything is written in the book, but you still go to your teachers, right? You go to your professors to verify the fact that, okay, here's a lot of things in this book. What is it, 1 thing or 10 things which I need to produce, which is solution oriented, and therefore it is going to add value to my solution, and then henceforth outcome is beautiful. So therefore, if you have that knack, if you develop that verification knack in you, believe you me, any AI or without AI, you're going to be cutting through many people who are technology savvy, but therefore they don't have verification or they don't have that outcome oriented solutions, right? It will always be in top. So go for it. That's very important in today's world. It's not, any organization will not have you float in the organization just like that. They would want each and everyone to be producing that value added outcome. Then you are my person. Otherwise, you're not going anywhere.
Can I just add one thing to this? Trust but verify is actually very important. We use AI, day in and out to write codes, to generate so much of content, and it does make mistakes. So you need to have that eye for detail to be able to catch those and then give it prompts. And it's very good at doing root cause analysis and acknowledging, yes, it made mistakes, and it will give you the reasons. But it can hallucinate and it can give you, bad answers. So you need to have that eye for detail and to catch those. Thank you.
Very true. So thank you so much. So with this note, I think great insights. We'll move to the next segment, which is Perspective Peak. And here we'll hear, the panelist perspective. At the same time, I'll open the floor for the questions coming from the student. So students, till the time you prepare your question, I will throw one question to you. How many of you, just raise your hand, you have used AI to, finish your assignment? Wow, it's almost everyone. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, so let's hear the perspective from the panelists here. What do they think after knowing that they have used their AI to complete their assignment, how would you react? Will it be positive, negative? What will be your thoughts?
Okay, so I would like to answer this. So it's not about the using AI, but it's about how you are using the AI. So you all must have seen that reel where someone is asking ChatGPT, I want to wash my car and it's just 200 away, and shall I go by car or the walking, right? So they suggest, okay, you should go by, you should walk to what you can say, the wash store where I have to actually wash my car. Okay, so it's about how you are stating the problem, what you are feeding to that, and there critical thinking plays a very important role. Your brain plays a very important role. So you don't have to play with your brain. What you have to do, how you can use the AI is to increase your productivity, to get the best outcome out of it. You have to be smart enough to feed the AI with the right data, right questions, right information. And when you get the answer, again, you have to have that much the ability to assess that answer, to find the what actual solution I should go ahead with, or shall I ask the different question and how can make maximum benefit out of it. So that's how you can use the AI.
Sure. But again, I'll bring back to that question. After knowing that, people have used AI, what is your reaction now?
Okay, I'll just start to it. Not only assignment, let's say if we are giving tasks to any candidate or any student. Recently, let's say in our organization only, we are conducting a hackathon where we are giving a problem statement to all the internal pool which we are having. We are, let's say, having an opening for AI engineers, and we have 8 requirements. For that, we have, let's say, given this opportunity to all 500 contractors, freelancers, and the full-time people working with us. We are open to use AI in that. That is a problem-solving statement that they have to work upon, right? Only we want how they are using the AI, because even after becoming as an AI engineer, they have to use AI. So what is the best way in that they can use? We want to use them so that they can give their best, and how deep they can dive into. There are certain assignments in our organization also which is not allowed to use by AI, and there is always an model which can detect that if a person has used AI or not, right? So it totally depends if it is you are allowed to make it or not, and how you are using the AI. Thank you.
So to answer your question, when we go for the interview and we assume, actually, personally I'll talk about me and my team, we assume that they have used ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude or something to complete their projects. So we come with a mindset, irrespective what projects they have done, group, individual, they have used a form of AI or a tool, they must have used it. But the only thing is, when you're working, what was your problem statement? How you tackle that problem? And how deep knowledge you have where you can actually verify. Okay, as a ChatGPT, you will get the answer, you will get the code, everything you will get, but you will need to verify it before you actually implement it. You have to do a test run, right? And if there is a bug or an error in a test run, how will you actually rectify it, right? So that rectification is needed. You cannot blindly just go ahead and trust ChatGPT. So that is what we try to understand in the interview. Okay, this was your problem statement, we understand. How you actually gave a prompt, what was your prompt? This is your project which you have done. How exactly you think that whatever the ChatGPT has given to you is right? So that basic level check we do in the interviews these days.
Sure, thank you so much. Anybody, any questions from the audience? Yes, I see 2 hands. At the back, second last row. Yeah.
Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Adarsh. My question is how we can understand AI easily to bring the change in our systems. How we humans can understand AI, because understanding and operating AI is not everyone's cup of tea.
Any panelists?
You see, I think understanding AI is no more an option.
Yeah.
It's a mandate, right? So if you don't understand AI, then you lose it. Before you signed up for engineering degree, were you confident you'll understand engineering, right? So AI skill is probably going to be equivalent to your engineering degree in 2-3 years from now, right? Highly common, and then it's a mandate. So you have to work towards it, and then you have multiple avenues for you to start learning about it. So start investing in yourselves. Instead of Instagram Reels, use the time elsewhere to learn more about AI and understand about AI.
Okay, any more questions? Yeah.
Morning, everybody. My name is Prashant Kumar, and the query that I had to for all of you is that whenever it comes to the recruitment process in your company, and it's for the freshers, what are the parameters that you seek in those candidates? For example, like the strong problem-solving skills, or whether it comes with the highly proficiency in AI tools. So what are those parameters that I wanted to know?
Okay, let me take this one. I'm also Prashant, so I thought, why not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me tell you, 3 to 4 stage process we have at Cadence, and I'm telling you a recent example. So at number 1, we have also started doing AI-based screening. We send our team to campus. In fact, we did that last year here also. They did AI-based screening. So basically, all the students, there were 100 odds. So we received 200 resumes. We filtered about 100. So that's why scoring CGPA and being there in that band is also important, meeting that minimum criteria. So that's why marks do play a role to protect you from elimination, right? So now these 100 odd students were screened based on, AI-based tests. It was able to prompt you if you were making mistake. It was able to give you hints. And, two students sitting next to each other, they thought, oh, they are friends, they can cheat. The questions were jumbled, so it won't be easy to do that also. So we know how students think, and we try to think, one step ahead. That's also important for us, right?
Yes.
Now, based on that screening, we were able to identify top 20. Now, these were invited to Cadence. They appeared in a pen and paper test. Every student sitting on an independent table, no scope of cheating at all. Aptitude test, if we are hiring for electronics batches, then, digital electronics. For computer science students, Python and C, C++, and so on. So these kind of tests are conducted. And then, maybe 20%, top 20, 25% of that batch goes through the interview round. Again, one-on-one human rounds. So again, we'll grill you on these core subjects, followed by, this is our day one. So day 1 happened at your campus. Day 2, this process which I explained you also took almost an entire day, 3-4 hours of pen and paper tests and then interviews. And then the final stage, we were, the top 3-4 were invited to come and create a live, we gave them a project which was very much relevant to our world. They were even given freedom to use AI. And we also asked them that by end of the day, you have to present your project. So they were given 4 to 6 hours, do your project, use AI, and come and present at the end of the day. So now in this process, we have touched upon so many skills. And we have really evaluated you well. And then now we have hired an intern who would work with us for 1 year. And now that 1 year performance, so we hired 5-6 interns. I'm just talking about one particular team, my team, 6 interns. After a year of performance, the ones who do best, now they have all kind of support, all kinds of tools. We are encouraged to use AI tools as well. So it's your overall skill set and character and your determination to deliver. All the aspects get evaluated. That's how, the process is these days in a company like ours. I hope that answers your question.
I would like to add on this. So whenever you're going for interview, how you perform an interview plays an important role, but before that, what all you have done in 3 or 4 years also plays an important role. You guys are in final year, pre-final year, who all are sitting here? pre-final year. Still, you people have 1 or 1.5 or 2 years with you people, right? Taking an example from a recruiter's perspective or a hiring manager's perspective, let's say I'm having a student who has done hardly 1 or 2 internships and he's having 95%, and another one who is having 70%, but he has worked on 8 to 10 projects and done 3 to 4 internships. To whom recruiter is going to prefer? First or second?
Second, sir.
Second one, definitely. That is why we have to focus on those things where we can stand out ourselves, right? So the chances of getting us shortlisted will be increased, right? Why I'm telling you people is just because students don't find it when they are sitting for the placement in 4th year, they see that they have lost the chance now. You people still have that chance, and definitely it is going to help you a lot, right? Whenever we keep repeating anything, we focusing anything, do you think it is going to help us, yes or no? Whenever we are repeating any particular skill, whenever we are working on it, does we improve, yes or no?
Obviously, sir.
Yes, but not every time, right? You people may be using or scrolling Instagram from last 5 to 6 years. Are you getting improving in that, yes or no? Definitely, right? So you have to focus on those areas where you can get yourself improved and focus on how you can be the best in the placements. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so this is AI. Auto off after 35 minutes. Okay, so we have already exceeded the time. And Mayur has already taken my last segment, quirky queries. So, a hard advice, a tough one, at the same of expectation, because, as an HR leaders, we go to a lot of HR conclave and, events like this. What was one expectation which you would like to throw to the students that they could have prepared for this entire event, or they would have known about it? Like in the first panel, we had one person from eValue Serve. She asked, how many of you know eValue Serve? So we had very less hands. So something which they could have prepared themselves for.
So I think, if I'm not wrong, they were aware who exactly are the panelists here today. They were well updated in the advance, so definitely just scroll your LinkedIns. Everybody's name is there on the LinkedIn. We all are professional. We all are there on LinkedIn. Just check where we come from, what we have done, what company we are from. If you are interested for that particular domain or sector, learn about the company as well. And this is not only just for this conclave, but actually you will have a deep knowledge. There are a lot of companies we do not talk about. We just think it is the world of Googles and Microsoft. No, it's not. There are a lot of companies doing a great job out there. But trust me, we don't even know the names of those organizations. So yes, this is, I think, a right forum.
Yeah, thank you. Just pass it on.
Just to add, guys, whenever you are sitting for any particular interviews, please well know about the company which you are sitting in. Taking an example, you have recently taken an interview and the hiring manager just rejected that candidate because he was not aware about the company. The hiring manager asked, what do you know about Deccan AI? After thinking for 5 seconds, he said, it's an AI company. Right. So it plays a very important role, and as a panelist who all are sitting here, they might also agree on this. Just because you don't know about the company, maybe you are the top candidate out of those panel, you are going to be rejected. Yeah.
I think in few seconds, one word answer can also work, because we have
Just a true line answer. So for us, the foundation knowledge is must. You need to have at least average foundation knowledge, and then the domain foundation knowledge, and then you can jump onto the AI tools while you are giving the interviews. Second, I will say, learn about the company, and not just the company, its customer also, on the which projects they are working, with whom they are working. So you will get a better understanding of that.
Frankly, for me, I didn't expect them to do any pre-work. I'm just happy they got themselves here, right? So what did you take out of today's so much of gyan and so much of banter on stage? And how do you want to take it ahead is probably going to make all the difference.
Yeah, I think HI is above AI, so human intelligence plays big part.
Even if you don't know what organization does, you should know what job you're applying for, right? So that will solve your question. That will solve your anxiety, what you're appearing for, right? That's very important. So jokes apart, be confident on your skills, be confident on your academia, what have you learned, because if it is a great recruiter, I will not reject you if you don't know what my organization does. I will only definitely reject you if you don't know what you have come for, right? So be very confident what you study here. Be very confident what is happening in the market. Be very confident what are the different types of solutions, what are the different types of peer groups are doing. That is very important for me, for an individual to walk into my organization, right? And culturally, HR will definitely figure out whether you are a right set or not, how you appear, how you talk, comprehension, communication, etc., are the side by flavors for you to definitely vouch for it. And I'm sure any university, college you pass out from, they make sure before you walk into this industrial world, they make sure that you are, somewhere kind of learned all of those skills. So with that, all the best to you. Those who will be appearing for interviews in your coming, months from now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks. With this, we'll close this panel discussion. Thanks to all the panel members for great insights and unique, thoughts here. Thank you so much, and thanks to all the students.
Thank you all for such a wonderful discussion here.